If you've decided to roast your own coffee, the first thing you'll want to think about is how to get the best coffee roaster for you. This is perhaps one of the most difficult coffee-related decisions you'll have to make. Nothing is worse than purchasing the incorrect roaster for your needs. For the purposes of this post, we'll be concentrating on automated bespoke coffee bean roasters. It's worth mentioning, though, that you don't need to acquire a roasting machine to roast your own coffee beans at home. Roasting beans can be done in or on the stove, on a grill or over an open fire, or even in a popcorn popper. A genuine roasting machine, on the other hand, may be the best option if you take your home roasting seriously and want some assistance with the process. Doing it yourself can take a lot more time and work. So, why do people at home roast their own beans? Well, it's all about the freshness and quality of the roast you'll get in the end. If you buy green coffee beans, that is, unroasted beans, you can roast them at home in batches when you need them, keeping them extra fresh. Green coffee beans are less expensive and last longer than ready roasted beans. Many coffee lovers consider the ability to roast their own beans to be a must-have. You can avoid stale coffee, get the level of roast you want when and where you want it, and save money in the process. Fluid bed/air roasters and drum roasters are the two primary types of machines to consider when selecting how to select a coffee roaster in simple terms. Fluid bed/air roasters. If you want to roast your own coffee beans at home, the first thing you should consider is purchasing a conventional fluid bed roaster. These machines are designed for small-medium home use and are small and compact. So they'll roast your beans for you fast and with minimal fuss. You won't have to stand over them like you would if you were roasting them at home on the stovetop, for example. These roasters work similarly to popcorn makers in that they use heated air to roast the food. In most situations, you can see how the roast is proceeding so you can better regulate it, and you will occasionally be given preset roasts to choose from. If you're a home roasting newbie, this machine may be the perfect option for you because it will allow you to develop a feel for the whole process as you go along. You can always upgrade to a larger and more complex roaster once you've gained more experience. These machines are also less expensive than alternative options and are reasonably simple to operate in the kitchen. However, there are a few drawbacks to using this type of roaster. Some versions won't roast as much coffee at once as others and will burn out if used too frequently. Some versions also don't have as many controls or preset as others, and some don't have any at all, so getting acclimated to the machine may take some time. Drum roaster. If a fluid bed roaster isn't precisely what you're looking for when it comes to how to choose a coffee roaster, you might want to consider drum roasting as an alternative. Drum roasters were originally only found in coffee cafes and merchants that roasted their own beans, but they are now widely available for home usage. Drum roasting machines can, in most situations, roast more beans at once than fluid bed machines since they are larger. The majority of the time, convection or conduction will be used. This machine requires you to insert your beans in a drum, close it, turn it on, and wait for the roast to finish. Although they are designed for household use, this is more of a professional machine because it is more complicated to operate than fluid bed roasters. However, over time, the majority of serious coffee enthusiasts will favor this method because it is thought to generate better outcomes in terms of coffee taste. One disadvantage of many drum roasters is that they lack a window, which means you can't always peek inside them like you can with most fluid bed roasters. So, to determine when your roast is perfectly done, you may have to rely on your sense of smell or hearing as you listen to the coffee bean breaks. This is one of the reasons why these machines may not be suitable for beginning roasters. Some of these drum machines can also produce a lot of smoke, so make sure you have enough ventilation or roast outside if this is the case. Drum roasters, as you might guess, are more expensive than fluid bed machines. At the end of the day, you'll need to consider how confident you are with the home roasting process. If you've never roasted at home before, a fluid bed machine may be a better place to start, but if you're more experienced and require the added functionality, a drum roaster may be a better fit. Whatever type of machine you choose, keep in mind that reading user reviews on the internet before purchasing a roaster is critical, since these will tell you things the manufacturer won't. These evaluations are published by people who have used these machines and will give you a fair sense of the advantages and disadvantages of any machine from people who have used it on a regular basis. Here are some examples of things to keep an eye out for when it comes to fluid bed roasters. How well do the programs, if any, function? How simple is it to operate, and what features does it offer? Is the roaster well made? Does it roast evenly? Do you have a good view of the roasting chamber? What is the machine's noise level? How easy are the machine/parts to clean? Where does the chaff go? Some examples of things to keep an eye out for when it comes to drum roasters are: how well do the programs, if any, function? How simple is it to operate, and what features does it offer? Is there a lot of smoke produced? Is it possible to look into the drum from the outside? Does the machine overheat? Where does the chaff go? How easy are the machine/parts to clean?